Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, parents and kids of the Iowa City Community School District. This is your favorite show on TV, Education Exchange. And I am your host, Hani Elkadi, representing our godfather here, Mr. John Karoff, Mike Peterson, and Emily Aschenfilter. And we have with us Jason, who is our director on the floor, who is Alex, our cameraman. And we have a wonderful, wonderful group from Weber Elementary School tonight. Weber is very dear to the heart of all our audience. It's a school that represents all the values that Iowa City is all about. And it has a very special place in my heart as a veteran educator myself. When I first attended with Chris, you were not only one of the first crew, you were a teacher there.
I was.
Taking care of the young kids. And people are familiar with Chris Gibson, who is one of our eminent principals in the district. On her left side is Diana Frisbie, the counselor. Mm-hmm. And on the right side is Abby Callahan, is representing the student council. And then Madeline is our conflict manager representative here, or captain, right? And Sajni is our, let us say, Secretary of Treasury, because you run the school store, so you deal with all the money things and taxes and on. And on the back we have our two wonderful leaders here. We have you for the, I think, the chess club. And then your friend there is, what are you doing?
Control.
Wonderful. So now I just introduced them superficially, but you will tell me what is everybody doing,
okay,
and the leadership role.
Absolutely.
Before we move to Chris Gibson.
Okay. Well, one of the things that's really important to Weber is helping the kids to grow as people, both inside the classroom as well as outside of the classroom. And so, especially as the kids get older, as these kids are some of the kids in our older grades, they have more opportunities to serve and to give back in the school, to not only help them to become involved, but also to just teach them what it means to be involved in a community, what it means to serve other people, and just to give them experiences in leadership. So Abby is with the Student Council. She's one of the representatives. We have kids who are representatives from 1st grade through 6th grade, and Abby's one of our older representatives. So
older? I thought I'm the older here. Well,
yeah, one of the older students from Weber.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll let her talk a little bit more about what Student Council does, just in terms of how they serve in the school. But they're involved in decision making and then just kind of helping make things happen in the school. Madeline is one of the captains for our conflict managers. Our conflict managers are trained to be present out during recess times for students who are younger than they are, so that as things come up, when students have problems that they maybe need help solving, that the students our conflict managers do a really good job of just helping the kids sort through the problem and arrive at a solution that's workable for both of them. So they really are a huge help to the supervisors, to the adult supervisors who are out there. Sajni works with the school store, which they provide all kinds of fun things for the students in the school, but even more importantly, they use the money that they raise. The group of students who work in the school store decide on how they want that money to be spent, either something in the school or for some kind of an organization that they choose to spend that money on, a charitable organization, or to support learning at Weber. Owen in back here was actually in my class in first and second grade a while ago when I was teaching in the classroom, and he is representatives from our chess club. He and his family have been a huge part of getting the chess club up and going at Weber and keeping it running week to week. They meet on Friday mornings before school and have been very successful with their tournaments. And then Josh works with Safety Patrol, which is something that our 5th and 6th grade students are able to do. They are present before and after school to help kids and make sure that our students are staying safe as they're coming in and out of the building. So lots of different ways that they are just keeping our school running smoothly and just kind of being eyes and ears for us out there.
That evening in 1993, when we attended the opening of Irvin Weber Elementary School, and you were a young educator there. And I wanted you to go back and tell me your memories about that day. And how did you feel? And have you ever expected to stay all these years serving the same school?
I didn't expect it at the time, but Weber Elementary just feels like home to me. The values, the core virtues that we talk about daily in our work just kind of really fit with what I believe and value about teaching and learning in kids. And Irving Weber was a wonderful addition to our school, and he came often and was just happy to see the kids and very, very humble, and he always talked about how he was just an old man with a good memory.
Which is true, because I remember sitting next to him that day, and he could hardly walk, but he was so happy to see his name on the school building. And he visited every classroom there. He went to every classroom, and he insisted to see the gym and everything, and he was very happy to see all these big banners say welcome in I think 27 languages or something like that. And he was, wow, I don't even know all these languages, but it's wonderful to have. And that's why the title diversity, in my mind, so much is attached to school, because it was one of the first schools in the district in the early 90s to have this kind of diverse, multicultural atmosphere and curriculum. It was not just sloganeer, but it was actual daily work with all these cultures, and kids bring from home not only food but literature and so forth.
Yeah.
Do you still keep this tradition, multiculturalism?
We do. It is part of every day. We try to connect through literature, and we still have the family components where kids are able to share their family values, celebrations, music, art, clothing, lots of different things, whenever we can connect it. And then we also have celebrate United Nations Day every October, where families from all over the world come and share something special about their family. And then we have a traditional clothing fashion show where kids wear some of their traditional clothing so that everybody can see different costumes, clothing.
Abby, can you tell me something about your role as a leader on the student council?
Well, we have to we do all these service things, and right now we're doing this food drive, and we've collected a lot of food.
What do you mean by food drive?
We bring in canned items for the
So it's kind of donation from people, and then what do you do with it when you receive it?
we donate it to the crisis center.
Oh, the crisis center. So it goes to people who are in need, right?
Yes.
And you feel that this is a good, very noble cause to work for?
Yeah, I think it's really great because it's helping people.
Abby, what do you want to do in the future after you grow up?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually.
We know that your mom is one of the leaders in education in
Yeah.
this particular district, and she's a principal. Now she's running a wonderful service at Roosevelt Education Center. She is the head there, right? Do you look up to her as a role model?
I do. Yes.
That's wonderful. Madeline, tell me about your role to break the fights. Does it need like muscles or something? What do you do exactly?
No, I don't think it's necessarily all brawn, but yeah, being a conflict manager is, I think, really important to our school because we just really help some of the younger kids, like in Team 3, that's 3rd and 4th grade, you know, sort of deal with their problems and sort through them in a way that makes sure everyone's safe and under control. And it also kind of teaches the conflict managers to solve their problems well. So, yeah, I think it's really important.
So when you approach people who are, let's say, fighting, what's your first thing to do?
Well, first we want to ask them if they want help, because I mean, if they don't want help, then we're probably going to have to get a supervisor to, you know, handle
You
that
go
situation.
to Diana Frisbie and say, "Come help me," huh?
Well, no, well, but and then so if they say yes, then we would go up and, you know, ask both sides of the story what the problem is.
Separate.
Yes.
You meet with each one of them separately.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we just want to make sure that there's no one interrupting. We have them agree that, you know, no one's going to interrupt or call them each other mean names or anything like that. And then we just try to help them find a solution to the problem, because our goal is not to help them, or our goal is not to solve the problem for them, but it's to help them find a way to solve the problem themselves.
Great. Sajni, now we'll come to you now. Tell us, you get the money. What do you do with the money?
Well, the money, we like help the school in some way, or we donate the money to some organization.
Like projects, or I want you to repeat this because we need to hear what you said before.
We donate the money to like somewhere in the school, like maybe to buy new books or art supplies, or we can donate the money like to an organization, like maybe the Ronald McDonald House.
And who makes this decision?
Well, as far as I know, we like make the decision as a group.
Oh, wonderful. So it's a team decision. You all decide which one has to benefit from your work, right?
Yeah.
That's great. Is there any plan in your mind for future investment, like a little bank in the school or something, or not?
Not really.
Okay. Let us go now to Josh, just behind you. Is Josh appearing on the camera very well, sir?
Josh is good. I got him.
All right. I don't want him to be hiding there. Okay, go ahead, Josh.
My name is Josh, and I help with safety patrol. And we try to prevent people from getting hurt or we try to get them home safely without getting hurt or any dangerous situations. So we help the best we can to just get them home safe.
I have always
get them into school in the morning.
found it very good, your role, especially helping kids who are with disability.
Yeah.
And you do a lot of this. And I think I was one day visiting your school and I saw you running to help a kid with disability, and it was like there was ice and all this thing. And that's probably a very important role, as well as the traffic, right?
Yeah.
Where parents can go with their cars and not block the bus route and all that. Do you get training for that?
No.
No, okay.
We don't really, if there was going to be any, like, situation in that case, it'd probably be with the teachers for cars.
You asked the teacher, very good. Is there any story that you have to share with us about your role outside of school?
Well,
Well, think about it. We'll come back to you. But what are you going to do in the future, Josh?
I'm gonna help as many people as I can, and that try to get a good job and help people.
Like what kind of job are you looking for? Not in the like law enforcement, because you are already you're serious about that. That's good. Okay, let's go to Owen now and see. Now your sport has to do a lot with the way we think, and there were like in some countries, this is really compulsory to learn how to play chess. You know that, and you cannot get your degree unless you pass a test in chess playing. Unfortunately, most of those countries are in the East Bloc, which used to be Soviet Union and East Europe, but it's part of the curriculum. You have to, because they thought you cannot think well unless you really how to manipulate the chess pieces. What do you think? Do you think that it needs a lot of thinking too? It's not only
well, yes,
fun game.
It needs a lot of thinking because one wrong move and it costs you the whole game.
So the decision-making practice is important here, right?
Yes.
And you have to memorize a lot of plans or something?
Yes. In chess club, they teach us lots of strategies to do and everything. So.
Well, let's go back now to Chris Gibson. Now, we talked about the diversity issue and the multicultural curriculum, and we saw the wonderful representatives that you brought with us here, and I see their parents are sitting proud of them among the audience. And some of them are bored because they are not part of the conversation, but they are definitely so proud of you and wishing you all the success and the top achievement in the future. What do you look for in the future for your school?
You know, I think continuing to enhance leaders for the future, and we're working for as many kids as we can to be at or above proficiency, and that will be our goal. Lifelong learners with good, strong values, knowing what's right and what's wrong, and able to make good decisions.
And talk to me a little bit about the role of parents with the administration in the school.
You know, I think one of the things that I love about Weber is that it is such a priority that we have a partnership between the school and home. You know, we recognize that their parents are their first teachers, and they know so much about the kids that can impart wisdom to us as we try to teach them at school. So those connections, I think, are one of the things that I love most about what I do, is being able to get to know the kids and their families, and you know, the things that are important to them and the things that the parents can share about them. And you know, without a doubt, the stronger those connections are, the more successful we will be as educators, and the more successful the kids will be at home. I mean, those connections are just a foundation to what we do at Weber, and it is just so fun. I think that's one of the things that I love. Every event that we have, every time there are parents in the building, just you know, it just feels like family, as Chris said. It just feels like a community that's kind of coming together for the same purpose, and that's a pretty neat feeling to have.
And it's a big school, right? You have a big number of kids. How many?
We have about 480 this year. We moved from 570 last year with the opening of Borlaug and some changes in attendance areas. We're now down to 480.
And do they keep, your former students keep touch with Weber? Because I saw kind of emotional tie between people who were in Weber and they left for somewhere else, you know.
It was bittersweet.
Yeah.
We knew we had to get smaller because we were overcrowding. It was impacting a lot of our work on a daily basis. And it was good for the families because they get a beautiful building and a wonderful staff at Borlaug, but we do miss them. But we have a lot of new families that we've been working to connect with and build that community this year at Weber. And the kids that have come to Weber have been just a wonderful addition to our school. And we've been really working hard to build that community.
So give me some idea about the art program at your place, because you have a terrific artist there, Rebecca
Yes,
Ash.
we do.
And is she a good teacher and she's a good artist?
What do you think,
I see
kids?
it.
Oh, yeah.
You like her, huh? You like her artwork too? Yeah. So the art program is strong because I remember it was built by Nancy Werheim
Yeah.
long time ago, and when Nancy retired, we would say, oh, then Weber is not going to be really remarkable in art until Rebecca came, and she did a fabulous job.
She did. We've been really lucky.
How
We
about
have
the
wonderful
music?
teachers. Music is wonderful. I was just in the classroom last week on Friday, and Team 4 kids were doing a whole musical presentation. Lots of different instruments were being played by different kids: recorders, xylophones, drums. It's just amazing. The work is incredible. Starting in kindergarten, they're able to keep the rhythm and the beats, and it just builds right on up to 6th grade.
Any one of you is doing music?
Can you play
Okay, you
instruments?
tell me, what do you play?
I play percussion.
Percussion. And you're fast, really?
Yeah.
What kind? Jazz percussion, or what kind of country jazz?
I do. Well, it's not really just one. It's all It's all different types of music and everything. So.
Do you want to follow this, like pursue it in the future somehow?
Yes.
You like music.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh, did you raise your hand when I said, are you playing music?
No.
No, you're not the music guy. You are the
Well,
law
I used to
enforcement
play
guy.
a saxophone, but
You play saxophone?
I used to.
Okay. How about you, Madeline?
I play the clarinet. Yeah, it's really fun.
That's not an easy one. Saji.
I play the violin.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really fun and challenging.
How many years have you been doing this now?
Since 4th grade.
Oh, so it's and you are 6 now, right?
Mhm.
So about 2-3 years playing violin. That's Abby.
I just started taking guitar lessons, and I'm teaching myself piano.
Wow.
Piano
Can you
too?
sing?
And I
She
sing.
sings.
Yeah, I envy you because I'm a very frustrated piano player. I wish I could have continued playing piano. And you play guitar? What kind of guitar?
Acoustic.
Acoustic guitar. So, Chris, we have about 2 minutes for us to tell us, what do you do for fun? We know what your kids do for fun.
What do
you
I do outside
Yeah.
of school?
Yeah, other than the regular principal tough job.
Well, I love to read, and I love to run. I love doing things with my family. My kids are involved in sports, and so my husband and I are at all the
How many
athletic
kids do
events.
you have?
I have 3 kids.
Their names.
Kaylee is 23. She just graduated from college and just got her first job at the University Hospitals as a nurse. And Colin, my son, is a senior. He's going off to college next year. And my youngest is 16, Carson.
And Diane.
I have 4 children. My oldest, Jacob, will be graduating from West High School this year and heading off to college. My daughter, Marissa, is a freshman at West. I have a son, Zachary, who is, he would want me to call him Zach. He is in 8th grade at Northwest Junior High. And then my son, Micah, actually attends Weber. So I'm pretty lucky that I've been able to be at my own kids' homeschool.
Well, this was a very special evening for us, and I'm sure for our audience, to enjoy Weber Elementary School and your role in our community. And I would like, on behalf of all the crew here, I have seen Jason is here, parents are here, and Alex on the camera, Sajni and Madeline, Josh, and all of you, really, all of you. We are so proud of you here. We would like to see you more often, more than once a year, okay? We have some schools that would come twice a year. So we would like to see you more and welcome you more, and we are so proud of you.
Thank you.
On behalf of John Karoff and Mike Peterson and Emily Aschenfelter, I thank you. And our audience, we are going to be on your channel 18. That's a public access TV. We would like you to go there and please watch us Saturdays and Mondays, and Saturday at about 2 o'clock, 2:30, and Mondays at 7 o'clock in the evening, and all the time on channel 21, all the time. You finish with, watching the board meeting, and here we are. And we are on YouTube tomorrow, so you have to watch it and give us a feedback.
Promote yourselves.
Yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you, our audience, and have a very good evening.